Being a franchise that has existed for over 20 years at this point, there are many Spongebob games, from platformers to puzzle games, just about anything really. And with the release of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom swiftly approaching, and with you guys enjoying my previous Lost Media videos, I thought I'd take the time to cover a few of the SpongeBob games that either never saw the light of day, or were released and have since been lost to time. Welcome to my video on some of the lost SpongeBob Squarepants games. The first game we're going to cover today is SpongeBob SquarePants and the Nicktoons Gravjet Racing. Could they have thought of a longer name? Bloody hell. Couldn't they have just gone the Sega route and just called it SpongeBob and All-Stars Racing or something? I don't know, it's not like the title even matters, the game was never released. Descriptions of the game online say that the game would have played similarly to games such as Mario Kart and F-Zero, and to that I say, you don't say, just look at this. Was I going to pick this game up expecting a clone of Babysitting Mama or something? Nickelodeon, don't you dare get any ideas about that. Anyway, the game was supposed to feature characters from SpongeBob, Barnyard, Ren and Stimpy, Fanboy and Chum Chum, and My Life as a Teenage Robot. Did My Life as a Teenage Robot ever even air in the UK? I swear as a kid I used to watch SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents every single day on Nicktoons, and I never remember seeing it or hearing about its existence at all until decades later when people started talking about it online. Maybe it's just the early onset dementia. The game was planned for release on the Xbox Live Arcade in 2009, but due to financial difficulties that hit the developers, the game was scrapped. And speaking of the developers, so little is known about this game that we don't even know who's responsible for it. The game's existence is only known about due to Dave Aiken's website. Dave Aikens being an artist who works on the game, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. The only things to survive from the development of this game is the art from Aiken's website and the handful of gameplay screenshots that have been appearing on the screen for you guys. I'm not really too fussed about this game never releasing personally, because there are about a million other Nicktoons kart racing games, so I really doubt that this one would have been anything special. Somebody let me know if any of those games are actually any good, by the way. I know there's quite a few of them, but I actually have never played any of them. This next game we're going to be talking about is of the Flash variety. And for you younglings in the future who won't know what Flash games are, they're essentially browser games that require you to download the Flash player to run them. Things like Bloons, Bejeweled, Happy Wheels, stuff like that. Well, in the mid-2000s, Nick.com was a place where there were many Flash games based on the cartoons that they aired, and SpongeBob Cartoon Creator was one of these. The game let anyone create their own SpongeBob-themed animations featuring characters from the show. Finally, I can bring my 2 zettabytes of SpongeBob SquarePants fanfiction to the big screen. Well, I could have anyway if the game wasn't taken down in 2016. The only footage that remains of the game is footage that was uploaded by the game's target audience, very young children, so the quality isn't the best, but it'll do to get a grasp of what the game was like. And it actually looks pretty in-depth, with players being able to select from a large amount of SpongeBob characters and choose from lots of different expressions and movements. It kinda reminds me of some of the stuff I used to do in Scratch as a kid. If anyone doesn't know what Scratch is, it was basically a programming tool for kids that let you make your own animations and games, that sort of thing. This basically looks like a more simplistic version of that. Although the game was taken down in 2016, a remade modern version of the game was actually uploaded to Nick.com a year later in 2017, but many people have said that this one just isn't as good as the classic SpongeBob Cartoon Creator. I did go ahead and make my own avatar in it anyway though. Not an amazing selection of customization options, but it'll do. Just on a complete side note, my favourite SpongeBob Flash game on Nick.com when I was a kid was the one based on the episode Dungeons and Dragons. From what I remember, it had all of the characters fighting on the backs of seahorses, and I think there was even a PvP mode where 2 people had to share a keyboard. I'm not too sure about that part though, that might have been a different game that I'm thinking of. I don't even think this one is lost. I think you can still play it on many Flash game sites at the moment, so you guys could probably still hunt it down and check it out if you want. Might just do that myself later, but I've got a video to finish first though. So moving swiftly on. In January 2010, game developer Rob Roto uploaded a short teaser trailer to his YouTube channel of a game that appeared to be a then unreleased SpongeBob game, SpongeBob SquarePants Happiness Squared. Can I just say, Rob Roto is an amazing name. I wish I was called Rob Roto. Anyway, the graphics and many other elements of the game were very reminiscent of the very well-loved SpongeBob game Battle for Bikini Bottom. I haven't actually played Battle for Bikini Bottom myself, but I do recognise some of the elements, such as the tiki heads shown here, as being from that game. After discovering the trailer for the game, somebody emailed a developer at Heavy Iron Studios asking about the game. The developer revealed that the name of the game was actually changed to SpongeBob Truth or Square, and the game was actually reworked to promote the special SpongeBob episode of the same name. I did actually see the Truth or Square special episode back in the day, and god did it reek of modern SpongeBob. That's not a good smell, by the way. I never played this game based on the special though. I didn't have much opportunity to get new games as a kid, so when I did, you can bet your ass that I wasn't buying SpongeBob Truth or Square. I was buying something I knew was definitely quality, like Mario Galaxy or Sonic Colors. Many people have expressed disappointment in the comments of Rob Roto's video, saying that they feel that this version of the game looks much better than what we actually got in the final product when it was reworked into the Truth or Square game. I highly doubt that even if it wasn't reworked, it would be much better than the Battle for Bikini Bottom or the SpongeBob movie game. I haven't played either of them, but I know they are very well liked by people. Interestingly enough, I have played the PC versions of Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob movie game, but they're very different. The PC version of Battle for Bikini Bottom is like a mini-game collection, if I remember correctly, and the movie PC game is like a point-and-click RPG adventure game. I'm actually really looking forward to the remake of Battle for Bikini Bottom, so that I can finally experience the game for myself, and also because if it does really well, we might get a remake of the SpongeBob movie game too. It would be pretty weird for them to release a game promoting a 15-year-old movie though, but that's their problem. I hope you enjoyed this look back at some of the lost SpongeBob SquarePants games throughout the years, and if you're wondering why I only covered 3, then it's because we're actually very lucky that many of the SpongeBob games that were once lost have actually been found after major search efforts from people online. However, the ones I covered today were either not so lucky or were never released in the first place. One video I wouldn't mind making in the future is a video covering some of the best SpongeBob Flash games that were on Nick.com back in the day. So let me know if that is something you'd like to see in the future. Also let me know in the comments what your favourite SpongeBob game is, be it retail games or Flash games, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks guys, see ya!